Breaking records and pushing boundaries. That's what SpaceX delivered this week with Starship Flight 6, treating us to an absolutely spectacular daytime splashdown that lit up the skies. While we may have missed out on that super heavy recovery, this mission packs some incredible firsts. The first ever Raptor engine ignition in space, a pioneering payload, even if it was just a stuffed banana, and a groundbreaking new re-entry profile that put those massive control flaps to the ultimate test. But that's not all that rocked the space industry this week. We witnessed an unprecedented surge of activity, 5 Falcon 9 launches painting the skies, Rocket Lab advancing their IoT constellation ambitions, fresh progress on NASA's Artemis program, and Blue Origin's New Glenn standing proud and tall at the launch pad, ready for its historic hot fire test. From mission control to the vast expanse of space, this week has been nothing short of extraordinary in humanity's journey to the stars. This is Elon Musk 24 Hours. Let's dive right in. The morning sun painted the Texas sky in brilliant hues of orange and gold as Starship Flight 6 stood ready on the launch pad at Boca Chica. The massive rocket, gleaming in the early light, represented not just SpaceX's latest achievement, but humanity's boldest dreams of interplanetary travel. As the countdown reached zero, the ground trembled with the unleashed power of 33 Raptor engines, and history began writing its newest chapter. The launch itself was a symphony of controlled power. Flames erupted from the base of the rocket, turning the concrete pad into a tempest of fire and steam. As Starship cleared the tower, the gathered crowds gasped in collective awe. This was the first time they'd witnessed such raw power in broad daylight. The crystal-clear conditions offered unprecedented views of the massive vessel's ascent, each second revealing new details previously hidden in pre-dawn launches. Through the flight controller's calm voice, you could hear the subtle tension as the Starship approached max Q. The vehicle pushed through the sound barrier, generating brilliant shock waves that rippled through the humid Texas air. Each milestone came and went with precision. Vehicle is supersonic. Max Q achieved. Performance nominal, but the real test was yet to come. The hot staging sequence began like a carefully choreographed ballet of engineering. Ship 25's engines roared to life while still attached to Booster 13, a maneuver so complex that only a handful of rockets in history have attempted it. The separation, when it came, was pure poetry in motion. Against the deep blue sky, the two vehicles parted ways in a spectacular display of flame and precision, each embarking on their own crucial mission. As Booster 13 began its descent, anticipation built to a fever pitch. This was supposed to be only the second ever catch attempt using the massive mechanical arms of the launch tower. In mission control, engineers monitored countless data streams, preparing for a historic moment. Then suddenly, warning lights flashed. The launch tower's communication system had gone dark. In those crucial seconds, SpaceX faced a critical decision. The booster was performing perfectly, but without reliable communication to the tower computer, attempting a catch would risk the entire launch facility. Years of experience and countless simulations had prepared them for this moment. The call came swiftly. Abort catch sequence. Proceed with water landing. Booster 13's final descent was both spectacular and bittersweet. As it approached the Gulf of Mexico, its engines reignited in a brilliant display of control and power. The massive rocket, longer than a football field, gracefully entered the water. Support vessels captured haunting footage of the booster's final moments, its massive engine bells disappearing beneath the waves like some ancient sea creature returning to the depths. Meanwhile, high above Earth, Ship 25 was writing its own chapter in spaceflight history. For the first time ever, a Raptor engine ignited in the vacuum of space, a breakthrough that will prove crucial for future Mars missions. The payload bay doors opened to reveal an unexpected pioneer, a stuffed banana floating gracefully in zero gravity. While playful, this demonstration validated critical systems for future cargo deployments to the Moon and Mars. The ship's return to Earth pushed engineering boundaries in ways never before attempted. SpaceX had programmed a steeper, more aggressive descent profile, challenging the massive control flaps in ways simulation could only approximate. Despite missing several heat shield tiles, a calculated risk to accommodate future catching hardware, The vehicle maintained perfect stability as plasma streams danced across its surface. 20 minutes into re-entry, another historic moment arrived. Ship 25 sea-level Raptors roared to life high above the Indian Ocean. The daytime conditions provided unprecedented views of the first-ever Starship landing from space in full sunlight. The water touchdown was perfect, a testament to thousands of hours of engineering refinement. Back at Boca Chica, the post-flight analysis began immediately. Engineers discovered the launch tower's communication failure was linked to unexpected damage to the lightning rod and communications array. The bent metal told a story of forces more powerful than simulations had predicted. This discovery would prove crucial for future launches, leading to a redesign of critical systems. As teams swarmed over the facility, conducting detailed inspections of every system, attention turned to the future. Ship 33, the first Block 2 vehicle, waited in the wings. This next-generation Starship incorporated dozens of improvements learned from Flight 6. Engineers worked around the clock, knowing that early 2025's launch would push boundaries even further. The retirement of Ship 26 marked a poignant moment in Starship's evolution. This windowless test vehicle, nicknamed the prototype that never was by SpaceX engineers, represented an ambitious early vision. Originally designed for rapid Starlink Bus-2 deployment, it became a testament to SpaceX's ability to adapt and evolve their designs based on real-world experience. Beyond Starship, SpaceX's achievements rippled through the space industry. The 400th Falcon 9 launch carried special significance. This workhorse rocket had revolutionized space access, making the impossible routine. 4 Starlink missions in 7 days added 87 new satellites to the constellation, each launch and landing demonstrating a reliability that seemed like science fiction just years ago. The GSAT-20 mission showcased SpaceX's growing international influence. When India's heaviest communications satellite exceeded their domestic rocket's capabilities, they turned to Falcon 9. The successful launch marked a new chapter in US-India space cooperation, demonstrating how commercial spaceflight is breaking down traditional barriers. As the week progressed, the global space industry showcased its dynamism. Rocket Lab's successful launch from New Zealand's pristine coast added to Kineis's growing IoT constellation. China's Long March 2C deployed advanced radar satellites, expanding their Earth observation capabilities. The Russian Progress 90 spacecraft's precise docking with the ISS demonstrated that international cooperation in space continues despite Earthbound tensions. NASA's Artemis program achieved its own milestone as the first massive booster segment for Artemis. 2 began its journey in the vehicle assembly building. This wasn't just another rocket assembly. It represented humanity's first steps back to the moon. The massive solid rocket booster, capable of producing more thrust than 14 commercial airliners, would help carry the first astronauts beyond Earth orbit since Apollo. New renders from NASA and SpaceX captured imagination worldwide, showing how Starship would enable lunar exploration. The images revealed an elegant dance of spacecraft. Starship HLS docking with Orion in lunar orbit, enabling astronauts to transfer between vehicles before descending to the lunar surface. Future missions would incorporate the Lunar Gateway, establishing humanity's first permanent outpost beyond Earth orbit. Blue Origin's achievements bookended the week. Their 9th crewed New Shepard flight carried 6 passengers to the edge of space, including a science communicator whose wonder and excitement reminded everyone why space exploration matters. But their most significant statement came as New Glenn stood vertical for the first time. This 726 metric ton rocket, designed to challenge SpaceX's dominance, represents the next evolution in commercial spaceflight competition. As Flight 6's data continues to be analyzed, one thing becomes clear. We're witnessing the rapid evolution of spaceflight. Each launch, each test, each success and failure pushes the boundaries of what's possible. The coming months promise even more breakthroughs as Ship 33 prepares for its historic flight, carrying humanity one step closer to becoming a multi-planetary species. As this incredible week in spaceflight comes to a close, we're witnessing more than just technological achievements. We're seeing the rapid evolution of humanity's space capabilities. From Starship's groundbreaking flight displaying unprecedented control during daytime re-entry, to the historic 400th Falcon 9 launch, each milestone brings us closer to becoming a multi-planetary species. The future looks even more promising. With Ship 33 preparing for its maiden flight, New Glenn standing proud on its pad, and Artemis 2's assembly underway, we're entering a new era of space exploration. These aren't just rockets and spacecraft, they're humanity's bridge to the stars. If you've enjoyed this journey through the week's space achievements, consider becoming part of our growing community of space enthusiasts. Hit that subscribe button to join the Elon Musk 24-hour family and never miss an update. Drop a comment below sharing your thoughts on Starship Flight 6. What aspect of the mission impressed you most? Your engagement helps us create better content and builds our community of space explorers. Remember to hit the like button if you found this video informative and share it with friends who share your passion for space exploration. Together, we're witnessing history in the making, one launch at a time. Until next week, keep looking up and dreaming big. This is Elon Musk 24 Hours, bringing you the future of space exploration. Over 2 decades of space innovation, and yet the contrast couldn't be more striking. SpaceX has launched hundreds of rockets into orbit, revolutionizing space travel, while Blue Origin's vehicles have barely scratched the edge of space. So when NASA recently announced a major lunar contract awarding missions to both companies, the space community was stunned. The prize? Critical cargo delivery missions to the moon, a key piece in NASA's strategic plan to outpace China in the new space race. The stakes are astronomical. Blue Origin, with their yet-to-launch New Glenn rocket, will be responsible for delivering a lunar surface habitat. SpaceX's Starship will transport JAXA's pressurized rover. But with Blue Origin's track record of delays and unproven orbital capabilities, many are questioning NASA's decision. Should the space agency have put all their eggs in SpaceX's basket? Today on Elon Musk 24 Hours, we're breaking down NASA's bold bet on Blue Origin, analyzing what this means for the future of lunar exploration, and examining whether this two-company strategy could be the key to America's success in space. Let's dive right in. The announcement sent shockwaves through the aerospace industry, but what happened behind closed doors reveals an even more fascinating story. During a tense meeting at NASA headquarters in late 2023, a heated debate erupted between senior officials. One side championed SpaceX's proven track record, while others argued for nurturing competition. The stakes? Nothing less than America's future on the moon. The spotlight first turned to Blue Origin's journey, a tale of ambition meeting harsh reality. In the company's early days, Jeff Bezos would personally interview every engineer, sharing his vision of millions of people living and working in space. But 20 years and billions of dollars later, that dream remains stubbornly earthbound. Their New Shepard rocket, while successful in reaching the edge of space, became a symbol of the company's limitations rather than its potential. A former Blue Origin engineer, speaking on condition of anonymity, shared a telling detail. "We had the orbital-class New Glenn rocket designed before 2013, but perfectionism kept us grounded."